Yes, we are ready to go.
We are ready to go. So do you want to start it with the gratitude since I take it all?
You do take it all.
Go ahead, because I
I'm
got a lot
grateful we're
to be
in here
grateful for.
pretty early, and
Very
I
early.
love it. Yeah, this is great. I still have my whole day
I
ahead of
can't
me.
wait till we do an episode from the bed. Because that's where we do the most like board meetings or
Yeah, yeah, of
most of our
course.
meetings are in that time. But anyway, what were you grateful
Yeah,
for?
I'm grateful for having show notes. Really, actually, now I'm starting to like them because it gives me a little
Oh,
outline of where we're going with it. What are you
okay.
grateful for? No,
I
I'm grateful
am
for our whole family and everybody's doing good and healthy, and I love it.
I'm grateful exactly for those things. I'm grateful that we're in here. I'm grateful that we got through that week. I'm grateful I woke up. I'm grateful I'm breathing. I'm grateful that I got this dang
Jeez.
oral surgery done.
Oh yeah.
I was so freaked out about that.
I'm also grateful you guys are back for another episode of Plantspiration Unplugged. We're John and Stefanie Ignafo, and we're founders of Plantspiration. We started a nonprofit to help people go plant-based to reverse their disease, help the animals and the planet. It's like a trifecta of goodness.
That's what I'm talking about. People know
Heck
us
yeah.
for losing. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go do let's go.
It's good. It's
I
good.
don't
It's
want to
good.
mess this up. People know us for losing 250 pounds as a family, 150 pounds between the two of us, reversing a slew of chronic diseases, and then starting this nonprofit so we can reach and teach people globally how to do it too. Today's topic is on authenticity.
Wow.
Honestly, it's my superpower. I think it's your superpower,
Yeah.
and we hope that this episode inspires everybody to be real.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Wow,
really.
episode
I'm
28.
telling
Like
you, welcome
we're
back.
we're doing it.
Quick update from last time, though.
Yeah.
We did get out for that extra 20-mile bike ride on Sunday.
I
And
think
you guys checking in?
that was
Heck
an
yeah.
awesome ride.
That was
Like
a great weekend.
that is adrenaline right there when I
Hmm.
get going and the endorphins and
Oh,
how
yeah.
good we feel after it. You know, I never thought we would be out there just taking off like that.
I know.
I'm grateful for my bikes.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought I would be saying stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, we could go for a ride today, but it's not like all sunny and
I don't
rainbows and all that. It's not all-
I'm going to take this time to heal.
Yeah, I think you should.
This was
You
kind of a
should.
big deal.
Yeah, right.
2.5 years I waited to do this.
My gosh.
That was a long, long time. It was stressful. And it was, for me, this was stressful. And I didn't want to talk about it. So anybody
Yeah, right.
that would say something, then people were giving me horror
Well,
stories.
they were like, you're not even going to be able to do your podcast. You're not going to be able to talk for days.
Then I was like panicky a little bit, lost a little sleep over it. It's in overdrive mode of trying to
Yeah.
take care and control everything that I could because I was so fearful of losing control of
Yeah.
being in control of what I'm doing, I
I was
guess.
like, man, what are you talking about? My wife's getting implants. But so yeah, she had.
me
Oh,
laugh.
so sorry. She had. What am I? What am I? A funny guy? Huh?
Funny how.
What, like a clown? Huh? An
Literally, you do. Finally got it done, and it was
Yeah.
something I didn't want to talk about. It was something that I was like, if you mentioned anything about it, I'd be like, shh, shh,
Yeah.
do not talk about this.
Well, what did you have done? You had a what is
had
it
an
called?
I had a lot of skin grafting,
It's like a bone grafting.
grafting,
It's like a post in,
implant.
right? Implant to put on a tooth with a
Yeah,
wrench.
like my hands are sweating just knowing how I got stressed about it. But I'm so relieved it's over. My oral surgeon is awesome. I've been with her for probably over 20
Oh
years.
yeah.
It wasn't that I didn't trust her. It's that whole, and I think that maybe many
it's
people can
scary.
relate. Yeah, your brain goes through all the worst case scenarios because that's kind of how it keeps you safe and,
Yeah.
present. And I was like, do not think that way. It's going to be fine.
Totally. Well, how did you finally get in there to do it? I mean, really,
Well, because it happened to you.
I blew a tooth in like last week, 2 weeks
Pets'
ago.
heads are falling off. Like,
I
that's
know,
how
I
I
got
felt.
teeth falling out of my head. No, my crown came off, but it was like too messed up just to put the crown back on. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to go get the thing
And then
that
he
you
came,
got.
yeah, he came home and he was
And she's like, mine is also tooth 30. No, number, not
230.
not 230, but tooth number 30.
I mean, I didn't want to talk about it,
Twinning.
and I never did really, and it affected me. I was, I just didn't. I'm in front of people all day long. I was like,
Yeah.
if I just felt bad if somebody noticed, or You know, and I know it's not a bad thing, and I know it
No,
happens.
it happens. I mean,
It
what are you
just
gonna do?
was something I was totally putting one of these things on my back burner and stress. It was like a tab that was running constantly.
Yeah.
It was running constantly. It was affecting me. It was bothering me. It was like, you got to get this done. And I would put it,
Yeah, we got to grind some plants with them bad dogs. No, come on.
my God.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's just super tight and super swollen. But I think I told her, I said, when you see me, she's like, oh, these stitches are going to be in for a while. They're permanent stitches. I don't feel any of that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I just mostly feel that it's pretty swollen.
Sure.
It's bulky, you know, but other than that, I mean, I came home and hammered down a couple burritos right away.
I know. It's like,
he
geez,
was
you're
looking at,
singing in the car on the way home.
that was
I
pure,
look over, I'm like, it's Marlon Brando. You like, I'm so sorry. I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender.
honestly, it is how I looked. And and then as soon as I would put ice packs on it, it would go down.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy.
I
Like,
was like, wow, watch how I can control this.
Well,
So I
mean,
even
it's
told her,
you're on a great anti-inflammatory diet. Your body is
Exactly.
like,
I told her, you're going to be shocked
amazing.
when you see how quickly I'm going to heal. And she goes, oh, positive attitude is great. I'm like, I'm not just talking
No,
positive
I'm
attitude.
talking-
I literally said, you're going to your pants when I come back in here.
wow.
And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, this is what I do for a living. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, people can get off insulin after 20 years. People are reversing heart disease after their doctor has told them it cannot be reversed. And then she's just stopped and was like, really? Yeah, autoimmune. I said, all this stuff. She's like, give me your cards. Because if this is what's going to help patients,
Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna recommend it.
Oh, for sure.
So
Help
I commend
pretty
her.
much anybody.
I will just tell you, Dr. Dulce is one of the greatest oral surgeons I've ever had in my life. I've been with her since 1990s. And I just want to say I'm super grateful. I can't believe I'm here talking. The reason why I was singing in the car, even though I was
Because
like,
it was numb still?
it was numb and I was drooling out one side. I didn't get put out. That was another thing.
Oh, yeah.
I just did I just did anesthetic. I just did the Novocaine. I didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
But I was so relieved. I mean, I was like, I couldn't really sing, but I was that happy that it was done. Like I cried. I was like, I can't believe I put this off for so long.
I know.
And then I anticipated it to be horrific based on everybody that would tell me
Like
stuff.
throbbing and keeping you up and no sleep for days.
I wasn't going to be able to work or talk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my classes, my
That's
people.
all you do is talk. I mean, it was like, oh man, days without her talking. This is going to be amazing.
Are you being serious right now? You don't say that.
No.
Don't make me laugh.
Okay. Shit.
I should have iced it a little bit more. What you're seeing is the absolute relief of me getting this done.
Yeah.
Is
Jeez.
what it was.
I mean, you've been waiting on this like,
Too long.
too damn long.
Too long. And if I
years.
would have done it sooner, I probably wouldn't have had to have so much work done to kind of rebuild it up and repair it. But
we're going to need some skin from here, a little tissue, a little gum meat.
it looks disgusting.
That's a construction zone for sure, but oh shit.
Gosh.
Okay, I gotta
good.
just not
I'm
be
good.
me. But
No,
I
we're
gotta be
fine.
me. I'm authentically funny, so
You really
Sorry.
are. And that's kind of why I fell in love with you, because you're funny right from the get-go.
funny how. Stop. I gotta quit making you laugh.
It's because you kept saying I look like Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
My jaw is just masculine.
Just hold it. Look, okay? Because I was like, I'll give you an offer you can't refuse.
You are on a roll. It was a busy week though, because before getting this done, my license expired because it was our birthday. So I was,
Oh, wow,
I mean,
yeah.
and I had time, but you know me, I'm organized.
Yeah, you gotta be organized, Karen. Cut it out. What's going on? Should I go get my 3-stripe sweatshirt? I'm going. I'm out of here.
You know why? Because we had this big talk this whole last few days about, John, I said, look at these numbers on the podcast. We're up
Yeah,
to
right.
31,600 people following on YouTube.
That's awesome.
I was so busy this week. I really didn't even have time to look at that dopamine. I was trying to distract from what I was getting done on Friday, running out to, I had to go an hour away just to get my driver's license renewed.
Oh my God, jeez. This was awesome though. Yeah.
I thought I could just go down to the local DMV, get it done, but it was like red when you went on the websites, appointments, like freaking out.
I'm like, it's because of this
Real
real ID
IDs.
thing. You're just going because your license expired, but everybody's like, you need it before May 8th. I'm like,
What?
if you're going to fly like in the next
So,
in a couple weeks or whatever until you get it.
well, I just want to say, thankfully, so many people were tripping balls over. I was said I was going to go to the DMV. They were like, to get your real ID. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And I mean, let me just be authentic and tell you, I really didn't know what that is because I'm not paying attention. I'm just living.
Don't worry about it.
But I did. Before I left, I thought, I was almost on the car. And I was like, you know what? It's just nagging at me. I might as well just go get my marriage certificate.
Bring all the stuff
I saw what requirements were for the real ID, but in my mind, I was like, you know what? We'll just use a passport when we fly. What's the big deal?
Exactly.
So I didn't think much of it until the last minute, brought it in.
Okay,
I had my marriage certificate. I had my birth certificate. I had a piece of mail I think I needed to bring.
card.
My social security card.
No,
I brought
you
both
forgot
of
the
them.
mail is what it was.
Well, the mail I brought wasn't, what is it called?
It wasn't,
Qualified?
yeah,
Qualifiable?
something like
Quality?
that. It was like from the state too.
I know. I was like, what?
I'm like, that's like the most qualified paper I would think.
So I just stuffed it all in my bag and I just thought, I'll just go. And so when I finally get there, there was like security all over. I was like, what's the matter? Do I look weird?
No, I love it. I
don't
love
like
the
my-
outfit. It's awesome.
I'm
like, where's your bandana? You're going to start it like a drag race.
like I said, I
love that. It's cute one piece. It's all right.
You really can't notice it, but it's a very masculine jaw. It looked like I have a jaw implant.
I hope you have a masculine child.
So I thought, let me look pretty today to take away from
That's great. I
my
love it.
Mr. Incredible jaw.
Maybe we should have wore red outfits. I mean,
No.
Incredibles.
So I get in there past security. It's very serious now.
Ma'am, where are you going? He's
was
up
like,
in
I'm
his
getting-
sleeve. She's coming up,
getting up.
for a real ID.
I'm getting up in line and I get up there and he goes, are you here for the real ID? And I was like, no, just to renew it. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm positive. He goes, you don't want to just do it right now? And I'm like, what? He goes, what do you have on you? That's what it was. That's what I said. I go, well, I do happen to have.
I just happen to have this shit.
Well, if I could slide it in, I thought, let me slide it in.
Well, it might have been a different appointment than just.
It was.
It was.
It was.
The list was way longer.
So I don't want to push my limits or be
right.
pushy.
I'm just going to go in there for my license.
I'm going to go in there for my license. And he goes, well, what do you got on you? And I was like, everything. And he's like, really? Let's see it. So I whip it all out. And he was like,
Whoa, you
this-
whip it all out.
Yeah, no. So he hands me, my face is already hurting, just
Okay, stop.
smiling so much.
So
I hand him all the paperwork and he goes, this mail isn't going to work. And I was like, oh, see, just don't worry about it. He goes, where do you bank? And I told him where I banked. And he was like, well, go down to the bank and tell him to print out your
bank statement.
Your bank statement. He goes, and come back here. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. I don't want to hold up the line. He goes, this is my job. You're 90% of the way here. He goes, go down to the bank, go get your papers, and come right back in and get back in my line. I go, you want me to pass everybody up and just come walking right up here in this line like some entitled human being? I was like,
the
I cannot.
security guard is going to tackle me if I pull that. Are you
Seriously.
kidding me? Ma'am, where are you going? We got to run her.
And all the way there, just driving and doing all this, these guys don't know. This is the farthest thing from who I was. And that seems weird to say.
This is great. I only had to take a day off, take you to the oral surgery, and that's normal. But before plans, just the old you, I would have had to take off work to drive you an hour away to get your license. I'm like, well,
I couldn't do anything.
The whole point. You got to drive there. You need to drive. It's your license. But you were just too afraid of.
I didn't realize how many issues I had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just grew up thinking I was just afraid of a lot of things. You know, fearful of, well, pretty much everything, or no self-confidence that I could do stuff, or, you know, getting lost or driving off of a cliff that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's that whole mindset of my brain will go into.
It was in the I can't.
It was in the I can't zone.
But like you went plant-based 12 years ago now, over 12, and that's when the lotus like sprouted open.
Completely.
You're starting to live now.
Had to go through the muck for this to bloom. So while I'm driving down there, I don't want to say flying down the highway, but I love driving down the tollway.
I'm sure you were speeding.
I was not.
Just tell them that.
That is not true.
Authentically,
I was keeping up with traffic.
You are Stefanie Andretti.
That is not true.
I'm not like in the car like holding on. Oh, it's not like that.
I'm not aggressive when I drive.
No, not at all. No, but you are like
I'm
getting there.
focused.
Focused. That's a great word to use.
I'm focused, and I
You are
drive like
definitely
I'm
in the
7
fast
feet
lane
tall.
on the highway to health.
I am. So the whole ride, I just thought about what progress I've made in life. Just like, wow, I'm so excited to do this. And, that I could just pick up and go. And I know for some people out there, they're going to be like, this chick sounds crazy. But I was so stuck emotionally and I won't, it'll never happen. John I was very dependent on you for everything, but I didn't know any better at the time. You know what I mean? This brought on the food did a big thing. Okay. Obviously I lost 100 pounds. I felt great about myself, and I remember I would think in the beginning, here's something that I'll talk about. Speaking of authentic.
Yeah.
When I first started, I wanted to lose weight. And in my mind, I was like, I want to look so good. I want to look so good. Like, I can't wait to be like this. And like in my mind, I thought that losing 100, I know. Did you know this?
No, keep going.
Well, I always admired how great people looked who were fit. Okay, so I was admiring of it. It wasn't like a jealousy. It was like, damn, I'll never look like that. I believed that. So in my mind, when I started doing this, and I coach people, you need a purpose, you need a vision, you need a vision to where you're going. My vision, as we talked about, was somebody I printed out, I put it on my bike. It was a very
That was
small.
a perfect picture.
It was exactly what I did. But in my mind, I thought, man, when I lose all this weight, I'm going to be like, but it was nowhere near what I thought this was going to feel like.
Seriously.
That had, that was gone. I
When,
didn't care what anybody thought. I didn't care about what I looked like for anybody else. I just thought about what I looked like inside. Like, I was so happy with myself. I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Don't wreck
authentically
your
emotional.
mascara. Yeah, I mean that was a big thing of just loving yourself finally. Really, like not finally, but like wholly. Not like wholly like church, but as a whole, loving you as a whole, a person inside and out.
I want everybody.
Do you need any tissue? I've got some tissue. You got some tissue?
I want everybody to feel that.
This is the plant paper tissue that she's using here. It's awesome. It's fresh. It has
I didn't
no
plan on getting emotional.
toxins. Look at this. This is great. It is tree free.
This episode is brought to you by Plant Paper. I just got this stuff and I love it.
But hopefully soon.
What do you mean hopefully soon?
This episode.
Oh, you know what? I should reach out to them and tell them we love this stuff.
Plantpaper.us.
It's awesome. This was my second.
Shitting around, I'll tell you.
It was my second order.
Amazing. It works fantastic.
What a great way to get me to not be balling. But it's true. It's a whole identity shift. A whole identity shift. So I run around. I'm taking care of all my stuff like a big girl, and I'm like, woo, It was just a lot. And then I get this done, and I'm even happier. Like, okay, I got this done. I finally got this done. And I don't know. It was just a busy week. I was fearful that I wasn't going to be able to be in here. I was fearful I wasn't going to be able to work. I mean,
it's a long process. Just the healing of it. It's like 6 months, and then we'll test how strong it is, and then we'll throw a tooth on there.
I got a tooth for my birthday.
That was your birthday tooth.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to be able to get new appliances now, but
no, that was definitely appliance money, and that was.
I'm so grateful. Like, honestly, like that also was something I didn't want to talk about. Like, I feel so grateful for that, and I know some people. I just wish everybody didn't have to go through this. Like, that's the best way to put it. I'm just so grateful for that. And I'll keep everybody posted, no pun intended, on how this is going to go. But I'm excited. And it was a long time that was a long procedure is how I felt.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you doing?
You came out almost 2 hours. Well, it was a little less than that, but the whole time I was like researching about podcasting and,
Really?
that reverse engineering. Now that we're doing it, let's see how you should do it.
I got asked, did you do that because I talked about it, or you got that idea?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it, and then I'm like, you know what? I just got to see what, is going on. I just found some.
Tell me about this. I got to know.
Some podcasting, just a lot of tips and stuff. And I signed up for.
This is getting me excited now.
Yeah. I signed up for this 12-day course from, hold on. I took in a lot of stuff. I don't have a quick like category search engine in my brain. My library is pretty full.
I'm excited to
But
hear
it's
this.
it's from Grow the Show. Yes, I'm going to mention Grow the Show.
Grow
it's really
the
cool.
Show.
Yeah, podcast.
I'm
and
so
dude,
grateful that you looked into this.
yeah, just learning a lot, about what I really like. I learned is like out of the four main things, like we have the three, and in the order.
Like, what does that mean?
Like it just like coming up with what is your show about? Really the main premise of the show, not each episode, but the show.
Our show is to inspire, educate, motivate, inspire people, basically, not just what we do during the week, but the unplugged version of. Now we came in here and said we're going to do a podcast. We are not podcasters.
Well, that's exactly
we
what it
knew
is.
nothing about
we came
it.
in here like full disclosure of we're not podcasters or podcasters. Shit. Sorry about your tooth.
It's okay, I'm so grateful it's done.
But we're not podcasters. But we're just gonna do this and learn it on the fly, and that's how you gotta do it. It's not faking it till you make it. Is coming in and acting like hey, I'm a podcaster and
I
this
can't
is
even.
that. But no, we came in it authentically and like, dude, we never did this before, right? And we're just gonna learn on the fly and learn how to do it. And now 28 episodes in, I'm going back like, how should we do this podcasting there? What did we do? And
I'm side-eyeing him right now because I've been wanting you to get here in this place. And I knew I couldn't pressure it because
I got a lot of, there's just a lot going on.
We have a lot going on.
So, but now I got like, the big thing was with my day job, like we moved the whole machine shop and had to get all that back up and going. So it was like a couple months. I was like,
wow, let me just hold on a second. I know that I'm always in here like steamrolling the whole thing. But now that I look back, like you said, here we started this podcast in, was it October or November?
November.
Life was lifing back then, nonstop. And that was when I kind of said, it's never going to stop. Just like I coach people, you're never going to have a day to go, this is a great day to quit smoking and quit drinking and quit dieting. And, I kind of said, we should just do this. We're never going to get it down 100% until we started. And I said, let's just use this as an example of authentically, we don't know what we're doing, but I said, we're going to go to the top and we're going to inspire more people. And look at what's going on. 31,609 when we clicked on here. You guys, I'm crapping my plants off. We're so grateful.
We're definitely grateful. I'm grateful for everybody tuning in and
listening to this. Well, we care about people and we know how it feels
authentically.
I know how it feels to just not have hope, to not, to start a diet on Monday.
People, like, doesn't cost anything.
Isn't that the truth? That's exactly it.
There should be a whole lot more of it out in the world.
So I said, let's get in here and let's just do the podcast. But you came in almost, if I may be honest, with that feeling of pretending, not intentional. It wasn't intentional. It was just you wanted it to be so good that I think you raised the bar for yourself when I just wanted to come in here and have fun. But then I stressed you out.
I did. I raised the bar. I should have went to the bar and relaxed.
That's not what you do.
I'm just kidding. I would have taken a melatonin.
But that's exactly... It's great that you can see that. Like there it is, the authenticity right there of we're being honest. And that's how you get over stuff.
Go watch the first episode.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't even, I've not listened. I've maybe listened to about 30 minutes total of our whole podcast. I haven't went back and
looked at stuff. You know what? I should, because I noticed YouTube like crams in a bunch of commercials.
Yeah, we had to figure that out too. Dude. I mean,
any money that comes in goes back out to the community. We have drawing every week, every month, and we hand it back out.
Give it away.
Not only that, we're talking about giving away memberships. We do that. We have grants for people and for veterans. And
we're doing a lot.
Get on in here
to do that. So
we couldn't have done any of this
without them.
Without you.
Well,
without doing the plants, is what I was going to say. Without us getting healthy, it's kind of your brain just stays on the same wavelength.
Or to stay comfortable.
And they're like, I can't, or I don't, or that's too damn uncomfortable. I don't want to do that zone. And
This last couple weeks, I'm not even sure what happened, but I'm going to say you have shifted into an atmosphere of just self-confidence, crushing it. And you've always been self-confident. I don't want people to think like, Johnny don't got confidence. No, I think this was just such a new experience to be in here and just, we have no food in front of us. We have no props kind of. So it was a different venture. It was uncomfortable. It was scary. It was not perfect. Like last week, I wanted to redo the whole thing, and then you were the one
with
saying,
the cat interrupting the whole time. I'm like, no, what's the big deal? Big deal. People have pets and they need attention.
Well, this version of me doesn't really care about what people are thinking at this point all the time. The old me, it was just like I was constantly worried.
Oh, yeah.
This is that how I got to tap into a little bit of authenticity. Like, you know what? I can't pretend. I can't pretend. I just have to be me. Like, and me just really cares about people. Me just wants to really learn how to teach people better how to take care of themselves.
People can sniff that out,
Really?
'Cause I do.
Well, yeah.
When people aren't authentic, then you can really feel it.
I think people like that. We're just being ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, and then as we go, we have to be honest with, it's just getting easier to be ourselves now that we're getting more comfortable.
I think it would be more exhausting trying to faking it,
Weren't you exhausted in the beginning?
I mean, I understand the saying, oh, fake it till you make it, but
you have to
not
some
if you're
degree.
a surgeon or something. You don't want to do that, but more of, oh my gosh, it just, I think about other things I was looking at besides podcast, dude, was just questions that billionaires get asked, and it was just just a lot of different things, really enlightening. But a big thing was of being authentic. That is really where, wow,
that's what you found out, like the research you were doing.
Yeah.
Because I remember you did tell me, you're like, wait till I tell you about it. And I said, wait, don't tell me until the podcast. But you kept trying to say, we're in a category of authentic. We're just
unique, our approach, really, and what we're doing.
And what
we're
makes it unique?
That we're authentic. I mean, really, in a nutshell, it's really that easy.
We're just being us.
I was just thinking about this rich dude. This guy was, created a product, and then he was like, oh, that was nice. Or he's talking about creating a product, and then the guy's like, well, you also have to you got to do your sales. And the guy's like, I am not a sales person at all.
I can do sales.
So we went with him to his first pitch meeting, his very first one. His mentor, I guess, went with him to his first business pitch. And on the way there, he told them, just tell them this is your first time. This is your first sales pitch. Just tell them, be authentic and just be you, and tell them that. And he said the customer was really
relatable,
really comforting, and helped him along. He got a sale, which was awesome. And then he did that for another 100 times.
When I
acted like it was his first one.
This is very relatable. And what I meant by sales, when you said this, that is exactly how it works for me. I'm just so in that area with people. Does that make sense? Well, here, let me tell us.
No.
Okay. Okay.
You're not good at sales? Is that what you mean? You don't want to sell?
Kind of the same approach where
that's but you can be authentic and sell what you got.
It started happening when I was being more authentic. So in the beginning, I'm going to tell that story about when I hired a business coach. Do you remember?
Oh my God.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
it. Do it. It's fine.
Because this is when I learned how uncomfortable it was to not be authentic.
You got to seal the deal.
So I get this in the beginning. I thought, and I still think all of this was a good idea. I had to go through all these experiences. So anyway, so I get this coach, we'll say coach. And it was all about man, you're going to make millions. You're going to do this. And, think about where you're going to be on a beach with all your money. And immediately I couldn't understand then why that was not sitting with me right.
His goal.
Okay. But I didn't understand in my mind. I was like, maybe I'm not thinking about my purpose or my plan the right way. Like maybe I'm not manifesting it right, but it bothered me that it was kind of going down this direction. And so part of his homework for me was come back with 5 clients this week. And I'd never done anything. Everything for me has been very authentic. Like when people are ready, they'll come. But this was a little bit different approach where I needed to be more aggressive and I needed to make money and I needed to do this. So I needed to come back and have 5 people and here's the pitch. And as soon as I heard that word pitch, I checked out. I was like, I'm not going to do this. But I was in this place where I was like, I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to try this new approach. And
that's how you grow.
yeah. Right? And I came back and he was surprised that I had met my goal. I was like, yeah, I nailed all of it. I got all these clients. And I didn't, in my gut, feel good about it. Like all of these people wanted to get healthy. All of these people wanted to lose weight. All these, same concept. They all wanted to do it. But there was I'm sure everybody who's in sales knows there was a certain formula to make this happen. And I could pop it off and do it in 2 seconds. Like I said, I could be great at sales, but I couldn't sleep at night. Well, yeah. So I get all these people and all of a sudden I realized the whole approach to the way I was coaching them was at a different level.
Yeah.
Like they were not here because they wanted to be. They were here because now they signed up, they spent the money, and they felt this obligation for me to do this for them kind of a thing. Yeah. I can't explain it.
No,
Am I explaining it right?
Hey, totally. When you pay for something, you think, well, what am I getting?
And I had to I came in at a different level and I was like, man, these clients aren't doing as good. For some reason, because I felt like
they weren't in it with their head really, like really for themselves. You gotta do the work is what it comes down to. But it's not even work if you do it right. You're just eating different and thinking different.
That's how I came up with this whole approach. When I realized, and do you remember this conversation? I was like, I cannot force people to do this, and this is the most uncomfortable place I've ever been.
Yeah, and then
I can't do this.
You're fired.
I did. Yeah. I fired him because they were like, let's change your logo and let's change that. And I was like, I'm not changing anything.
No,
but it doesn't go with what. And I said, it goes with me and it makes sense. And I manifested Plantspiration around the world. And they wanted to turn it into whatever the latest trend or this. And I said, listen, man, I don't follow trends. I am the trend. And when I said that, it was like, poof.
It's like dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was it was very empowering. And I knew I needed to go down the wrong roads to know where the right roads were at.
Well, right there is where you said, you know what? If it doesn't evolve me, it doesn't involve me.
That's exactly what I said.
That was right there because I remember he then later.
And I said, I'm not here for the money. And his face was just like, what? And I said, I'm not here to make money. And I even didn't understand that I was a philanthropist back then. I didn't understand it. I've been leading with my heart, which is probably the most authentic thing I've done.
Yeah.
I stopped worrying about what people thought. I stopped being afraid of people not liking me or if I got rejected or what if I got left out. That was what I lived on my whole life.
Yeah.
That was what my whole life was about. The fear of rejection, the fear of being left out, the fear of people not liking me. I ran on that. That's why I was the funny girl. That's why I was always like there for everybody doing all that stuff. But now it was like, I'm here. This is what I can offer you. And when you're ready, I'm here for you. And then this is when everybody just started crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't make people join. I'm not out there pitching or selling. I'm saying
that just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't like that word either. Pitch, unless it's a baseball game.
Pitch makes me want to itch. It just does. It didn't work.
Well, I'm telling you what is working is people are kicking ass in the Plantspiration group.
When people started feeling the way that I was doing this, that's when we kept hearing, you guys are so authentic. You guys are so real. This is completely different. This is why Plantspiration is so different because you guys are genuinely we're not talking at people. We just want to inspire more people to say, look you can do this.
Not trying to put on a front.
No, we're not trying to.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's authenticity, baby.
Yeah, I try to share as much I'm always like, should I post this just because I'm so authentic?
Well, yeah.
I'm like,
really,
do
really.
people want to see me with my frownies on and my mouth all swelled up? But I kept saying, I want people to see me be real and be relatable is what I really want to show is just, this life is life and we're dealing with it. Things aren't always easy. Things aren't perfect.
Yep.
And
That is
I get it.
That is the whole difference of what I've mentioned before of what I see
Really.
out there with coaches and stuff, where they got this, it's just like, oh, their life is perfect and you want to be like this, it's all framed
can't.
up so nice. Dude, there's shit happening all the time. I got a car in the driveway. It's got a jack under it with a tire in the trunk of the other car. I gotta get life is still lifing.
Life is just lifing. And I think that's what people need to see and deserve to see. We're living in a place of consumerism, marketing, lies, an industry that's lying about what's healthy and what's not. So I just say what most people don't say. I'm not afraid to say that's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
And don't just take my word for it, do the research. And if people are willing to go and take that step next, then you're there.
Yeah.
Then when you realize like, okay, wow, the evidence is we can absolutely prevent and reverse disease. Then the next step is I need a recipe. This is what they think.
We'll definitely get into
Am I
that.
going off track now?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm liking it
But
because I've got notes of why it's different. Like you don't water it down, you speak from the gut.
True.
And,
What else
and
you got written down there? Let's see your notes.
You walk your walk.
I talk the talk.
Yeah.
What else? I like this. You guys, he has notes.
I have some notes. This is true. You do, and I've heard this. We talk about this. You lead with mission and not ego, and that's a big thing. And you care about people. It's freaking awesome.
I really, really do.
You're consistently authentic.
So are you.
How's that? Right?
You're authentic too, because look at us in our classes. Look at the way you've come in here and you've shared your growth. You were in here
and that was growth.
You were freaking out a little bit, but we kept showing up. We had this commitment to be like, we have to show them like this is what real is about.
Totally. I was authentically like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Oh my gosh. But
well, I was like too worried about the notes. I was like,
you were. God,
do we have
that's so
to follow
real.
this exactly?
No. And we just wanted to come in here and talk about our experience of just all this life-changing stuff before and after.
The big thing, being authentic. Authenticity isn't something you have to like try to do. It should just be you.
That's when things got easy for me. Do you feel it here? Like, isn't this?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now we look forward. It took a few months.
Yeah.
I'd say the last month has been, this feels fun.
Yeah.
Now this feels fun where we're like, shh. Well, let's wait till we get in there.
Yeah,
Don't tell me. Just write it down. And now look at he's got the notes. Now are these notes you were taking throughout the week?
Yeah, I just like.
What else you got on there? Let's hear it. How was your week?
You know what? I just got to think about that for a minute. My week was, well, I took you for your tooth, then I got to go back. Before that, it was our birthday, and we didn't eat order out any crappy food or anything.
No, we had spaghetti.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I love it, right? Come on. But it was, it was pumped up this time. It was like had broccoli and red sauce on it.
And it was
amazing.
Just to give everybody an idea, when we say broccoli, we split like a whole package of pasta.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, the tinkyata pasta, a tremendous amount. I don't know if you could see, I'm still down 100 pounds 12 years later. I eat pasta all week long. But on top of the pasta, it's covered in broccolis.
Broccoli, yeah. Is there anything under that, or just broccoli?
It looks like just broccoli. And then there's something with the spaghetti sauce, and we put it on
there.
It
is so damn good.
And then the cashew Parmesan cheese.
Oh, jeez. Come on, you're going to make me hungry.
Goodness. Lordy. I want some pasta forever. And then I get home, hold on. And then I get home, I forgot about this. Now I'm sitting here, I got ice on my face, I'm crying, I'm so relieved, like, oh my God, I can't believe I got it done. I'm calling Isabel, I'm just like, it's over. It was way easier than I thought.
Well, plus
Hold
you got
on a
the
second.
popsicles.
I haven't had those Johnny Pops in ages. So I was like, I can't wait to get this done. I'm going to get Johnny Pops. So this episode is not just brought to you by Myers, who carried my Johnny Pops. Johnny Pops, I have had so many Johnny Pops in the past 48 hours. No wonder that I don't look like oh, he's got the box.
Johnny Pops.
This is my favorite. You guys, I think we're going to start looking into sponsors.
Yes, Johnny Pops. Hopefully at a retailer near you.
They're the best. We'll get those
They're
babies
really good.
on our bike.
There's a lady there looking at them when I went to get them. She's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh God, these are the best." I'm like, "This is the cleanest thing in the store." You know, in this aisle,
in the aisle
with all the,
This
ice cream and stuff.
Oh, hold on. I lost my train of thought. We were talking about, I get home, I got the ice pack on. I'm so excited. And then you had to run to a meeting. And right away, then I get this notification on my phone. Charge $640.
Yeah, some landscaping. In Maine or somewhere.
My Plantspiration account.
Yeah.
I have notifications. I was like, what the hell is this? And immediately I was like, okay, let me get my card. Let me put my ice pack down. Let me call the card. Boom, another charge went through for $620. Now my armpits are sweating. I was like, this has happened to me before where somebody gets a hold of the number. These damn frauders.
Yeah. Menards.
I call up, and then of course I'm all, can't get through, hang up, start over. I get this lady on the phone and she is just like, hi, could I get your name, please? I was immediately like, take a deep breath and calm down because you're about to like somebody's stealing my money. I don't got much left in there now. And then she goes, oh, and did you see this charge for $900 at Menards? Was that you? I was like, I'm working with plants, not lumber. Like, this is no.
I mean, it's, technically.
They drained $2K in a matter of hours from my account.
12 hours.
Thank goodness for my notifications. I love my bank. I have to go on there. Then in the meantime, while I was on the phone with them, then the oral surgeon was calling. Oh yeah, you left your necklaces here. Okay, it's just life, you guys, is going to life.
Yep, it's going to happen.
I'm grateful for the clear thinking. I'm grateful for my body's mobility, the ability to heal. Like, all I kept thinking was, if this was me before, what a poop show this would have been.
Yeah, seriously.
But anyway.
I was grateful I was halfway there,
at your meeting.
At a meeting. So I'm like, I'll go get your necklace.
Could you please go get my necklaces?
Sure.
And so that happened this week.
Right.
It's just the way it's going. So you were out, you got me so pumped when you started talking about like, hey, I started doing some research on podcasting and how to get better at it. And that's just winning right there, by the way. Thank you for that. Thank you for getting excited about it, for just saying, hey, I checked into this. And
it was fantastic.
You said we're crushing it.
You were getting your tooth done, man. I put in both earbuds just to block everything out. And I took notes and everything, and because why not? It was great. I got good tips.
What was your biggest takeaway from it? So you're sitting there reading and you're like, I can't wait to tell her this. Or do you get like that?
Do you remember me saying anything like that?
Yeah.
I was just excited that I was listening to everything I listened to, and I just didn't doom scroll on Instagram or something for frickin' 2 hours. I filled my brain with good stuff. What
was validating to you when you were reading it?
Like I said, it was like the first three things on this list. We're doing it. We're really being authentic, doing our thing. And just we're doing great. My main thing, number 4, is the monetizing stuff with different things. So
what does that mean, number 4?
To bring in more on this list. This 4 list.
Oh, you made a list.
No, actually, this.
It's a whole.
Yeah, grow the show. It's like he explains it like a 4-rung ladder. I'm looking at a ladder right here, So, and like the 4th one is really the monetizing and getting out there, spreading out more. So, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna follow this dude. I'm so sorry I forgot his name offhand, and I don't have those notes on me, but.
How did we build a global movement? How did we lose 250 pounds as a family and keep it off over a decade? How do we go from surviving to slaying to thriving with 31,000 humans tuning in? Authenticity.
That's right.
Give me some.
Right here. You know what I realized with Plantspiration, because we're just trying to help people, and we go at it not like this, but like this.
Oh my gosh. So he puts his hand out like a cup, like we don't go at it like, give me this.
Well, that's all I see out there.
You're right.
I mean, it's great. We're just trying to do this without, breaking the bank.
It's,
I mean, it's just not. It feels better to lead with heart than with your hands open.
I
Like,
mean, I think we
what
need,
can you do for me? Here, give me this, and then I'll do you that. No, let's just take care of you and get better.
well,
And
and then it was my mindset through all of this when I built the nonprofit, and nobody really understood because everybody who wanted to work or help, it was amazing. Like I've had a lot of people say, "Let me help you," but
Right.
they always came in with, "You need to charge more. You need to do this
yeah,
more."
you need different tiers of what you're
Yeah,
offering.
and I was like,
I mean, I totally understand all of
I
that.
do, and I respect it. That's a great business model, but it wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Mine was more, should I share like what inspired me to do the membership?
Yeah, sure.
Do
Why
you know
not?
what it was? Do you remember what it was? If you do, I'm going to be so happy.
Of course I do, but you just go
Say
ahead
it.
and say it. What? Aren't they filing for bankruptcy now?
No,
You put
not
them out
just
of
them. It
business?
was the movie.
Oh,
It was the movie that inspired me to go,
yeah. Because there was two things.
there was two things that had me kind of moving here. Like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this model
It's going to be
and this
Dallas
model.
Buyers Club and Weight Watcher blend.
Yep, pretty much. I
We're going
love
to have a membership.
it was right when Dallas Buyers Club came out. I was so
Like, wow.
inspired by the way that he navigated around the system,
Yeah.
is what it was.
Yeah, because, you saw him dealing with his system. What a great movie.
It was phenomenal. Besides the actors and the whole piece and the true story
No,
that
I mean,
it was,
the story,
the whole
like,
thing
holy
was,
cow. And then the acting was amazing.
although different,
People
it was
are badasses.
although different, it was something that inspired me wholeheartedly to say, this is why I'm going to start this membership in the form that I did it, because I am not a doctor.
No.
I am not going to go in it like that. What I want to do is empower people, teach people, and actually give them the skills and the self-autonomy to be able to save their life. I cannot charge people $1,000 and make them do this. That's not how this works. This is about people who are ready to make change. That's when that authenticity is what just made this get easier and easier to do.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people in the past who are all about the numbers and all about this, and my numbers, my currency is health.
Yeah.
Or ours, I should say.
Yeah. Ours. And we're rich AF. Because we're healthy AF.
Well, that's what it goes for. So I did,
Oh, you have notes?
I do have notes because I wanted to pull out what I thought made you authentic.
Really?
Yeah. You're rooted in logic and you lead with your heart. You don't put on a show. You know what I mean? You're not loud for the sake of it. You speak when it matters. And when you do, you're very grounded, you're very clear, and you're very real.
Wow.
You're the kind of person that you gain trust from when you're around. Because, we just say it like it is.
Yeah.
We are not trying to trick anybody into joining or look at, you want a free class? Email us, team@Plantspiration. We're going to send you a link for, is he scratching the door?
I'm not even thinking about the kid.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the papers.
The classes come free every week. The Eat Your Plants nutrition education and cooking classes, which are essential. You are not going to learn how to play Highway to Health on a guitar if you don't show up to your lessons.
That's right.
You have to show up. So we have these Eat Your Plants Off nutrition education classes. And if you want to check them out for free, team@Plantspiration, you can get a free class. This week, by the way, we'll be talking about hormones. And this is not just for women.
No, guys have hormones too.
This whole testosterone pushing BS out there.
Oh, you got low T?
Oh my gosh. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it, and I want to tell
It's your
people.
damn diet is what it is.
Oh,
it's
but
not that your
Stephanie,
body
you
is,
think a diet's going to change my testosterone? I hear
Yeah.
that so many times.
Yeah.
Because they're hearing it from an industry who's creating these tests
Sure.
to say, oh, it's low, you should have this drug. And those drugs, by the way, affect other parts of your body.
God, the commercials are so stupid. And guys, she'll like it too. It's like, that is so
Cut
ridiculous.
it out. What we'd like is if guys came in and said, you know what, I want to actually get healthy, work out, go for a walk with you, babe.
Yeah.
Or, that's attractive
Heck yeah.
to me. I don't know about everybody else, but
That's right.
if any of these husbands are out there listening to the background while your wife's grinding away at these plants, I'm going to tell you what is hot. Say to her, I can't wait to have a smoothie.
Yeah.
Banana, fruits,
Anything.
plants.
What are you eating there? Let me check that out. Let me taste that.
That's wanting to take care of yourself
That's
You know what I
hot.
mean? That is hot, I
For
think.
anybody. That's
It's respectable. And I'm not saying, no, wait a minute, that's maybe not the right word. Like, I disrespect you for not taking care of
oh
yourself.
my God.
That's not what I mean. I mean, it's an admiration,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh
there
my
you go.
God, you love me so much that you want to like keep getting healthy with me. Like,
That's
that's
awesome.
how I looked at this. Like, wow, you want to live longer with me.
Yeah, that's badass.
That's what
I
I
mean,
started
it
realizing.
was never a question over here. Like, well, I'm doing it. We're doing it. We're kicking
First, it
butt.
was about losing weight.
Oh yeah.
The more we learned about the science of it and that this could actually help us live longer, the more we got into it, I don't know how you felt about me doing it, but the more I watched you get into it, or even when I watch you work out, I'm going to be honest, like I love, like that to me
Well,
is
yeah.
better than any time you bring home flowers.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Oh, no, but I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just watching you take care of yourself and do the things you do is why I think our relationship got better.
Yep. Yep. When your partner's, putting in the effort, it's like, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And if you haven't,
I mean,
it
I'm
isn't.
doing it for me, but I'm doing it for us too.
I was gonna say, and if you haven't, I ain't dissing.
No, because I didn't, for the
No.
longest time, and I'm just like, man,
I didn't know.
I feel so damn good. I got to burn off some of this energy.
Here's how I'm gonna put it. I didn't know that feeling occurred. I didn't know by watching you, go work out downstairs or go for a bike ride or, watching you make juices and smoothies. When I see you doing that kind of stuff, it's like, why is this like making me so happy and feeling so good? You could bring in flowers, which is beautiful. I love it. But watching you take care of yourself, I think that's the hottest thing
Well, that's awesome.
ever. So
Nice. I don't have to buy flowers anymore.
hey, you know what? If you never bought me flowers again,
Just keep hitting the gym, damn it.
I would never complain because I'm just so grateful for all the things that you do already. Just being here for me. This is what leads to the next thing I wrote down. You allowed us to all watch this transformation without an ego. Like you came in here and you've talked openly about being in the spotlight, how hard it was to kind of go from coming in here and just getting.
It was just hard to loosen up.
Yeah, you're proof that you can change your life by changing your mindset. And you shared humbly, not for the applause, but to help others believe that they could do it too.
I know. Could have been for the applause.
I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, which is exactly what we don't do.
No.
That's what I mean. You don't pretend to be anyone else. You showed up as you. No fluff, no fake, no hype. You just kept showing up as you. You talk about hot rods, heart disease, tofu, transformation, all in the same breath. Nice. And that's realness. And that's magnetic. That's how I feel about it.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
and you're consistently authentic, like I said, but authenticity isn't just about being raw. It's about being reliable. True. Your people know that they can count on you, girl.
It's true.
Because you're there. You're showing up. We're living a life. You're there, coaching daily, almost daily through the group and our meetings and Saturday. I mean, people are really kicking ass.
People started telling me right away, like, oh, I love that you're authentic. So I started riding on that dopamine, by the way. So if people are wondering, like, how to be authentic, I mean, you already are. It's just kind of covered by life. It's buried it a little bit. We want to perform. We want to do our best for our job, for our parents, for this. So it's like tapping into it is one thing, but I'll tell you how it works. When you connect with somebody and you start being honest, you start being authentic. Just think about it. It could happen anywhere. When you just finally sit down like that guy said, and this is my first time selling. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm doing. When we have that moment of authenticity, that releases a dopamine. Being honest and being real, you're going to have to let him in. I'm sorry, guys.
He's going to scratch the paint off.
Oh, yeah, we're about to get a new paint job, so this is going to have to stop. But I'm going to keep talking about this. We release dopamine when we start connecting with people and you get relatable and you get real with people is how that works. So when you're honest and you can stop this whole starting over situation, that's when oxytocin, dopamine, these real internal drugs start going off and it makes you want to just keep being real. I want like I said, we hope this inspires people to be real because it's the best thing that you could do for yourself. There he is. Now he's back by his little daddy.
There we go.
And like you said, I just say it.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not trying to be like
Something you're not.
right. I mean, oh my gosh.
I know.
He's like a dog cat. So this is Axel. He is a rescue. He was bottle fed when we got him. So that's why we know he's so loving and he's so sweet. And he sits at the table with us when we eat.
He's a baby.
He likes to be in Johnny's arms when we go to bed at night. Like he waits for you to get done with your shower. He waits there like, are you ready, dude? I need to go like get in your arms. He gives you his right paw, his left paw. He sits pretty, and he greets people when we get to the door. What has it been like watching me step into this version of me that is completely different than who I was? But I'm still me.
Right. It's been exciting. I mean, really.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's been impressive watching how awesome you are, just helping people and everything you're learning and how you share it with the world. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It really is. I did want to talk about our Saturday support group was amazing.
Authenticity isn't just vulnerability, it's leadership. That's
True.
what I wanted to say.
Nice.
We'll talk about Saturday support group, but I want to just talk about kind of being real.
Do it.
Speak your truth, even if your voice is shaky, is what I will tell people.
Nice.
Be you. Be consistent with your actions, showing up even when it's hard. And we're seeing a lot of that in the group. So not only are we sharing authenticity and talking about it, it's spreading into the group. So people are breaking down that wall of perfection. They're breaking down that wall of fear, all of those things. And then they come in here and follow the lead. They follow the lead.
Right.
And they start opening up about authentic, real issues. And boy, did we hear that through and through on Saturday support group, which I'm so grateful that I was able to be at, because I was like, I'm not going to be able to talk.
I'm like, that's
I was
fine,
so
I'll
worried.
talk.
But you didn't get a word in.
I know, I never do.
You did. It wasn't surprising, actually.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's awesome. It's excellent news. I always get dopamine hits.
Biggest Saturday support group yet. This is what I mean.
Yep.
Do I have smoothie on my face?
It keeps growing and growing. And it's like,
do I have smoothie on my face? Is that why you did that? I didn't know.
I have an itch. I got cat hair fluffing around or something.
Saturday support group is vital. A lot of people will say like, it's kind of nerdy. I would have said it. I would have been the person to say, I don't need a group. I don't need to do that. That just seems so like.
It's like, that's what guys say usually, but we crushed it.
We've got a bunch of people that just say every Saturday, I cannot believe how much this is helping me.
And guys too.
Yeah, there's guys in there too. Yeah. So you did print out a little bit of a list, a recap of the impact of Saturday support group on people. And I think it's something we should share because it is authentic.
That's right.
No names.
No names,
Never.
no names, but just as a general, like we have firefighters, I just want to say teachers, we got people camping, we got people giving up cheese and wine, like
7 months.
Different people giving up stuff.
To have somebody open up about something. So, like I said, I didn't say it once yet. I'm a lifestyle medicine coach. So a lot of my work is on behavior changes, removing toxins, getting good sleep, stress management, of course, eating whole food, plant-based. So I'm instructing how to eat healthy, how to sleep better, how to get your movement in, how to, remove toxins. So when somebody opens up in a group of people and I've not had alcohol in 7 months, the entire room started bawling. Yeah. Of love and support, like how proud they were of this member. It's so family-like in here.
Oh, it's awesome.
You start off and you don't want to put your
camera. It's even better. There's no fighting.
Never. There's nothing but positivity, even when everybody isn't going through the same things equally.
We're all there to help each other
There's struggles, there's life, and everybody's learning, not just from us, but from everybody in the group. Hey, life is life, and we got you. This is what I went through, and you're going to still do this. And we don't fall off over here. This isn't a diet. This is just people crushing it, is how I want to tell everybody.
Totally. People are really kicking ass. I mean, they're, like I said, teachers are doing great. People are reclaiming their mindset,
Amazing.
rediscovered power, just the energy of
This
really
seems
sticking
generic
to it.
what you're saying, but
Well, I'm trying not to be personal,
right.
but I'm telling you, people are kicking ass. People are taking the time to do their meal prep, cooking their taters, cooking
They're
rice,
taking their
cooking
life
different
back. They're
things.
taking
Yeah, they
control,
are.
and they're not taking excuses anymore. They have non-negotiables for their trips that they take. Well, we just did a whole class on traveling whole food plant-based,
Yeah.
and man, that was packed. And the response from that class was, I needed this.
Oh yeah.
We all
Yeah.
leave the house, and what do? That's what we do over here.
I
We
know you
talk
can't
about,
just wait until you get to your destination.
no, you have to plan ahead. You have to pack. You have to see. But
Yeah.
we showed people how easy it was through TSA.
Yep.
Just don't bring Lara bars and don't put them in your undergarments bag.
Yeah, they think it's really dense, ma'am. What is this?
That was hilarious.
It's Larabar. It's not C4. Plastic explosives.
Where were we going when that happened?
Going to DC. We're going to the ICNM
I
conference.
think that was South Carolina.
Okay, maybe. I don't remember.
No, maybe it was.
Either one.
We got to get our tickets for the flight of
They
that
like
in the hotel too.
I know.
But I can't now because my card is compromised. I have to wait till the new card comes in. What a mess.
Card's compromised.
Go
Goodness.
into what you were saying right there.
Yeah, everybody's kicking ass from single moms to teachers at colleges on the other side of the planet, people in England, people all over the place. They're kicking butt. Their mindset's changing to where they're getting so good. They're easily getting so good planning and eating and feeling great. Like they're not turning back. Just feeling amazing. Even people
empowering.
checking in that are having like, okay, I had a little hard stent. I mean, they're like turning around with consistency.
Did you say a stent?
Like,
Like a heart
a distant,
stent?
no.
We have a lot of people with stents
Like
who
a
are doing
jail
awesome, by the
stint,
way, I want to say.
like an amount of time, a little, they went through a
stent.
hard spell of life and they
Well,
let
nobody
life get
gets
in the way.
Nobody gets off of the highway to health.
No.
Everybody's already on it. It's a matter of when
They
we
were just
change
kind of
lanes
going along
or
the shoulder a little bit. It was a little rough patch. But no, they're kicking ass. They're back and crushing it. We got people in here. They used to hate being in the kitchen, and now they're
love this
looking
story.
to renovate the thing, knocking out walls, making it bigger.
Wait a minute. We cannot make this up.
No,
So in the beginning, I remember they were saying things like, I don't like to cook, or thinking that we're in the kitchen chopping all day and it's very grueling. And this is what I mean. I don't want anybody to see that or think that. So I made sure that I was saying like it isn't like that. I'm over here throwing stuff all over the place on Wednesday night. We keep it very simple. We keep it very realistic. It's very authentic what we're talking about. I'm not trying to sell recipes. I'm not trying to make it look like oh, look at this.
we're just showing you how
52
easy it is just to eat like this and live like this. And
She was inspired.
love like this.
Inspired so much that went from loathing the kitchen to loving it so much.
To wanting to knock a wall out and make it bigger.
She's crushing it. And when
That is
people
awesome.
hear the other members talking like this, that's the dopamine. That's the stuff that makes people want to keep showing up, keep coming back, and look at everybody reversing their diseases who have been stuck and who have been in other programs, who have been doing other things. And everybody in here is familiar with plants. Don't be shy if you don't know about plants. This is for you too.
That's a nutrition education.
Yeah.
Cooking class. Like you learn about it, not just, this is how you make it. Well, this is why we're eating this stuff.
It starts with the plants,
And we make it taste delicious.
but it gets into the neuroscience, it gets into the behavior change, and it gets into this is why this is working for so many people. There's a different approach, and it isn't just authenticity. Wow, we are
right.
going way long.
We're
Let's get to
crushing
the
it.
health report so we can get these guys out of here.
Well, it's just a quickie health report.
Let's hear
I
it.
mean, pretty much it's all these people are crushing it, kicking butt. And last week we were at
1,712 pounds.
Okay, this week we're up to 1,731.
Holy Brussels sprouts. Say that again.
1,731.
That's incredible. Where's the crowd?
That is incredible. Oh, wow.
1,731. That's over 20 pounds again.
Yeah, almost 21. Almost 20. 12.
This is what I'm talking about. And that's only
19.
one topic that we're hitting on these charts. I mean, people are coming in here saying, I'm not dieting anymore. I'm freed from dieting. I've given up alcohol. I've given up self-doubt, limiting beliefs. I mean, they're giving up the things that are holding them back. And they just keep talking about the things that they're gaining. And that's better numbers, better blood sugar, A1C, cholesterol, weight. It's
better life, better
inches.
sleep, better energy, better everything. Gosh.
For the love of kale, it's really a lifestyle that's why we're out here just being real, and we want to inspire people to do the same thing. We had to recognize, you know what, it really isn't great to be eating animals and dairy and all the things that evidence says this isn't good to eat, and then your conscience says it doesn't seem really good to eat either.
Right. And how you feel, it's really not that good, and you don't know until you do it. Wow, you're going to feel amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's why we're out here doing what we're doing. We just want people to feel amazing.
Authentically, you need to crush it.
I want people to just speak the truth to themselves. You know what I mean? If you keep on going for those chips, you know that's not really going to align with getting healthy. But we've got the tools over here that are going to help people be able to identify that kind of stuff and find ways not only to eat great chips, by the way, no oil chips. We can do that.
Oh, yeah.
But there's more to it than just the food. And that's why
For sure.
we've become global in teaching
Doctor
people how to
recommended.
recommended, teaching people how to prevent and reverse disease.
right.
So we want to hear what's the reason why you guys keep on going. You know, let's hear what you like about the show.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we've got an upcoming class. I said it's going to be about hormones, even testosterone. So there's a lot of guys out there that think that this is something that they cannot control.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of doctors that think you can't
it
reverse
just
heart
happens
disease. Yeah.
because you're getting older. Well, no, we're still eating the same crap. All right. And it's clogging up your systems. All of them, your just stuff doesn't run right.
Like I say, there's still doctors that aren't telling people you can reverse diabetes and heart disease. And that's the same doctors that are saying that you're going to need this for testosterone, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do is BS. Diet and lifestyle plays a significant role, and we're going to talk about that on Wednesday night. We're going to teach it on Wednesday night, and we're going to show people food that you can eat like this. And every class we teach is around evidence-based, not just for one condition.
Right.
Each class covers all comorbidity, all chronic conditions.
That's right.
How do I put this? I just got so
Chronic
excited.
disease. Yeah.
Let me rephrase this. Doctors go to school to learn how to take care of diabetes. You got a doctor for your heart. You got a doctor for your brain. You got a doctor for your gut. You got a doctor for your foot. You got a doctor for all these things. What we're teaching over here, whole food, plant-based, diet and lifestyle, that takes care of everything.
One and done.
One and done. So that's what I want to teach people is there are so many things you could do to improve your health. I don't want people to get overwhelmed, and you're going to find that this is just a smooth ride on the highway to health over here.
Heck yeah.
Good food next week. We're always everybody's crushing
yeah.
it. We look forward to it.
Thank
We
you,
love
guys.
what we do, and we want to say thank you. None of this would be going on. None of this. We wouldn't even be in here if it wasn't for your amazing love, response. We love the comments. Drop the
Yes.
comments, even if
Yeah.
just leave a comment. We love it.
I just want to thank the listeners.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
want to
are
thank
awesome.
them. So thank you guys so much. Every time you watch, share any of that stuff, all those monies go back into Plantspiration to help more people, give away more free classes, and help just in general people prevent and reverse disease.
Like, subscribe, share, donate.
This is how we
Email
did it.
questions if you want to team@plantspiration.org.
This is how we did it,
Okay.
by just showing
By
up
just doing it
and
authentically.
just being real. So get out there, be real, eat your plants off. I think we're going to wrap it up. This is what we call the outro.
Eat your plants off.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We're so grateful for everybody out there. I'm a poet and you didn't even know it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week or hear you next week. So have a good one. We love you. Thank you.